Live, trance, and prosper. Hi, I'm Professor David Phillips. Welcome to my home. Let's get to it. Today we're talking about ChatGPT 4.0, which has had some major changes. So here I am in my OpenAI account. I've opened a new chat. It does say ChatGPT 03 Mini up here because I've been playing around. So we're going to change this to ChatGPT 4.0. And with the new 4.0 model, everyone on the internet is going, oh, you can do such cool things now. Yay, yay, yay. And you can, but they also upped not only the image generation, it's no longer DALL-E 3, it's Imagen, and it's very, very good, but it's also very, very slow. And they said, we're just going to make image generation free for everybody, but you're limited to 3 a day if you're on the free tier. But I'm not, so hey, yay. Of course, if you're on the pro tier, which I'm not on, you have unlimited generations. But they did have to put some limitations on it because it essentially just melting their GPUs. It's just under so much. So let's do this. We're going to upload a file. Uploading a file. How wonderful for me. And I've got to get in there. Where the heck is it? Okay, so I'm going to upload a file that I uploaded already in a previous, I've used this for other places. So I've got a picture of me enjoying a meal, and I'm just going to say, hey, dude, change his outfit to a black formal tuxedo. Okay, and so I don't own a tuxedo, so maybe it'll give me one. Hey, there he is. He's so cute with his big, wonderful meal. And I'll move down here so you see what's happening. It's getting started. And this is the thing about this new image model. Everyone's impressed with it, but it's very, very slow. They've had to throttle things a bit because of the high demand, and it just naturally puts a lot of demand on your system. So their GPUs are just thundering away, melting, melting, melting. But eventually it will say getting started, and it will eventually say creating image, and this is slowly going to start appearing. So creating image now, it may take a moment. It's going to take more than a moment, but it's doing it. Essentially, it is copying the original photo and making changes, but it's not really copying so much. As you can see, there's some slight changes. It is re-rendering, so it's using the original photo as a prompt and then re-rendering. And I can already see darkness in there where there's a tuxedo coming through. And you can see very clearly that this guy looks kind of like me, but there's some differences. So people who know me would know, they would say, dude, that's not you. That's some dude dressed up like you. And he dresses better than you because he's got a tuxedo. And that's essentially what they're doing. They're rendering. You can see I'm a little chubbier here. This guy's a little thinner, but his face is very long compared to mine. And his hair is combed much more than mine. I have some loose strands. He does not. But we do enjoy the same food, evidently. So there's that. But that's essentially what happens is it's re-rendering the photo into an image that looks like a photo. And that's a really nice tux. I like that tux, but this guy is obviously my cousin Jeff and not me. But here's the thing. You can do a lot with this. And so I would say that Imagen under 4.0, ChatGPT 4.0 is very good, but honestly, I believe Google Gemini's 2.0 Flash with images, the experimental model, is better at this particular task. However, ever since they announced this, from the moment they released this, because they kind of showed us how it works, a lot of folks have been doing something that I have been doing too, and that is, let's change this image into anime. Oh, how cute. So I hit that, change this image into anime, and it just gets started. And this has been the whole thing of, if you say Studio Ghibli, it'll do that, or Miyazaki style. But if you just say anime, it's probably going to give you the same style, because evidently the trainers at OpenAI only know one style of anime, and that is Miyazaki's Studio Ghibli, which makes sense. I mean, that's really good stuff. So, hey, but you do notice how slow this is. Most image generation platforms are much, much quicker than this. And so I know there's YouTubers that are saying, ChatGPT 4.0 is now the mid-journey killer. No, it's not. Not even close. It's just really good at doing some things. But here's the thing, as it's getting started still, I'll point out that, hey, you know what? They didn't just improve the image generation. Under the hood, ChatGPT 4.0 has now improved its reasoning and its responses, and it has far fewer of the whole, well, this doesn't look like Miyazaki. This is very nice. I mean, Miyazaki is very nice, but this feels a little Simpsonian to me. And it stopped generating here. Sometimes it'll just hang up here. But I do like this. This is nice. I would have liked him to have a little bit grayer hair and a grayer beard to go along with my lovely locks. But you can see the gray here, and then they kind of darkened it up for the car salesman guy. They also gave him a little bit more beard. And now this guy is much younger. But it's hung up here. Now, if I come back later, it'll probably be okay. But that's a thing that happens. I've noticed they've had a few error points. Overall, it is very good. If I wanted to do some editing and things like that, I probably would want to go with something else. But I can make all sorts of changes here. Let's go ahead and, whoops, it crashed. It looks like they had an error when trying to generate it, so I lost my anime. So there's that. And so let's, we saw that live. That's a thing that happens. Oh, well. But you get the idea. You get the idea that, well, that it still has some things to iron out, but it's very, very good. You have to be patient with it and experiment. Of course, if you're on the free mode, you're probably going to have to be extremely patient because you're only getting 3 of those a day. But the other things have improved quite a bit. So check it out. See what happens. For now, though, this is Professor Brian David Phillips saying, live trance and prosper. Bye-bye.